Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Stephanie Stevens Show, Pronoun TV. Here we are again in Allen Gardens in downtown Toronto. I'm Stephanie Stevens. I will be your host for the next 35 minutes. Today on my show, we are talking to Mr. Daniel Fontaine. We're speaking to people that are from the LGBT Two-Spirit pronoun community that are in a marginalized situation as seniors. As you know, I'm getting a little bit older. This year I turned 58. And today our my guest on my show, he is an older gentleman living somewhat in the shelter system, out of the shelter system, and he's now in his retirement years. And I asked him to come on so we could educate other people that there are LGBT people in the shelter system, marginalized people that have worked their whole lives, and at the end of their lives they are ending up in a marginalized situation. So I invited Daniel to come on today to to get his take on the situation. How are you, Daniel?
I'm good, and you,
I'm
Stephanie?
very good. So did I pronounce your name right? Daniel
Yes, you did,
Fontaine?
which is a miracle because most people don't.
Oh, so now where are you from?
Montreal, originally. Spent most of my career there. I was a vanguard for most of my career. I've been shot at. I shot at people. Also, then I became a sergeant after a few years, and then a lieutenant, and then a captain.
So how old are you now?
I'm 67.
67. Now, Toronto is a great city.
Yes,
but
it
in the
is.
last few years, and I'm sure you have seen a lot of you've seen the city change.
Yeah.
What do you think has happened in the city that has really changed?
Well, in 1975, I came to Toronto for a brief period of time, and there was no homelessness. I couldn't see any homelessness anywhere. There was no people in tents. There were no people sleeping on the sidewalk. It simply did not exist. And the rents were not as high as it is now. It's ridiculous now, the way the rent are. I don't know what the heck happened. As I say, from 75 to 83, I was here, and I didn't see any of this. Nothing happened. Nothing. No, there was practically no homelessness in those days. And I came back here in 1992 when I retired, and boom, I see all kinds of people. I mean, sleeping on the street, on benches, living in tents. What the fuck has happened here? So,
Well, Canada is supposed to be a multicultural place that welcomes everyone.
Yeah.
But in the last few years, I would say the last 10 years, 15 years, mainly in the LGBT community, I have seen it go from thriving really well, everybody working hard for the same cause, equality, medication, health care, and housing, and so forth. And I've seen a slow decline once the condos start appearing so much in Toronto.
I think the condos are a big factor. They get bought up.
Well, you would think this would be housing.
It's not. It's for the privilege.
Okay. Now, now you were homeless for how long?
Maybe a couple of years. Then I went into the Salvation Army, and I got a job there to do security work in the dining room, that kind of thing, making sure that it was in order. And they gave me a room, so I have a private room, and I've been there since 1998.
So you're comfortable at the Salvation Army?
Yes, I have my own accommodation. It's my home.
Oh, okay. It's your home.
It's private.
Now, it's a good thing that the Salvation Army steps in to help a lot of marginalized people, and now I feel that they've really opened the doors to the LGBT community, something that they didn't do probably before.
That's right.
And now they're embracing it a little bit better, and it's doing quite well.
The thing is, it's doing well and not well because the clientele is also older and it's straight. So the older straight have a prejudice against us. It's been there for eons, and it will be there forever until I don't know when. But
So do you have family and friends?
no, my family is all dead. I'm literally alone on a globe with nearly 7 billion souls.
Okay.
And that sometimes makes me sad. Is it my fault? I don't know. I don't think so. Most of my good friends died during the AIDS epidemic. I don't know by what bloody miracle I didn't get it, because if there was somebody promiscuous at the time, it was me. And
Well, you know the St. Charles and what was the bathhouse called?
the 260 Richmond,
The Romans?
The Romans. There
Oh.
was the Romans. There was the club bath. These were the three mains I used to go to. Now I hear the club bath is now a straight place. I don't know. I don't know how that can be functioning. The women in the I don't know.
Well, how do you feel now that you have worked your entire life? You said as a security guard and
I'm a security guard.
you're armed security guard, and you're now in the retirement years of your life. And how do you feel about the fact that you are not in real housing? How do you feel about the fact that you've worked your whole life and you are not treated like you're living at the Salvation Army? So a person at your age should really, when you think about it, have housing, and all of that. You should have housing and all of that stuff. So, how do you feel about the fact that you don't have your own housing, your own apartment?
I'm more or less okay with it
Okay.
because I don't have to worry about much. And doing housework has never been my forte.
So,
Heck, I even pay somebody to do my laundry.
so are you in a relationship? Have you had
No,
any
I
relationship?
haven't been in I'll tell you a secret, I haven't been with a man since June 2006.
Oh my God. Seriously?
Yes.
So, do you miss the companionship? Do you ever go into the community?
Not really, because I feel out of place.
Okay. So, how do you feel that? Are you lonely?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. And in to be in all fairness, sometimes us as LGBTQ people treat us differently, and mainly when we're in a straight setting. And are there any LGBT services that you actually attend or
No, not
go
really,
to?
no.
No.
No, I feel...
Because at the 519 they have a seniors program on Sundays.
Yeah, but I don't feel like a senior, that's the thing.
Oh, okay. So,
Although I am a senior, I don't feel like one. But there's another thing also. I lost my confidence, my self-confidence. I lost it. And even if the bathhouse were open now, they're not because of this goddamn pandemic. I don't think I would go because I feel out of place.
so do you think that so you miss the companionship of a man?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah. So now that, how long have you been in Toronto?
It's 1992.
Since 1992. Now, so have you worked since 1992?
Yes, I did work in a stamp store. And I've been into stamps since the age of 10 years old. I've accumulated considerable knowledge in stamps, and I was able to earn a good living at a stamp store. That was okay, but then the owners shut down the store because he was retiring. So then that was it. In Toronto, there's no stamp stores anymore. There's no nothing.
So what are your recommendations for the government or other people that are setting up programs to help the older, aging LGBT?
They should interview us.
Okay.
They should ask us what we need. We probably don't have the same needs as the straight population does. I don't know if there are places where there are buildings or evening or two that is housing only LGBT people. I don't know that. In particular, say seniors. But that would be a good thing.
So you're from Montreal.
Yes.
So that means that you, like you said, most of your family is dead.
They're
or
all dead.
Okay. And your friends, you just don't associate with them, or you're just away from them because you live in Toronto now.
They're all dead too. A long time,
Oh.
long dated friends I don't have anymore because they're all dead. As a matter of fact, one passed away in September. That was the last one. George, he passed away, and I've learned this by looking up his name on the internet. I've learned by the internet that he had passed away a week prior when I found him. So that went up in flame. Went up.
So, do you feel like there's you want to have someone in your life, or do you feel like you would want to have more friends?
Not necessarily more friends, plural, but a friend. Yeah.
Now, what do you do?
I have friends.
Oh, okay.
No, friends that we joke. Most of them are not gay, but I get along with everybody. But yeah, a gay friend, yeah, that would be nice. Like when you were, for example, you know.
Yeah.
That
Now, when you think about this whole situation, all the different programs there, and people walking, talking with you, offering these programs, take you to the movies, or just do things for you, bring you food and stuff as friends. Now, do you like that idea of the walking and talking, or do you like the idea of someone coming to take you to the movies and hang out with you for a few hours, or just going for coffee and listening to you?
take me to the movies, and like I see some old people sometimes leaving seniors home, getting on a bus, and I don't feel I'm old enough for that yet.
Okay.
You know.
But you appreciate that program.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because it's good that we know that program is there. And mainly as me getting to be an older person, I'm looking for things to sort of make sure that my life is sort of stable and okay. You know, I'm glad I got to meet you, Daniel, because you used to make me laugh so much. And then the fact that, you know, us as LGBT people, sometimes we're not good to each other. And and I mean, this is life, and we all can't just get along. We hope we could all just get along. But we know that the reality of it is that it's a struggle every day. Just me being black, going through what I'm going through myself, trying to establish myself in a sense of having people take what I do for our community really serious, and I'm good we're getting some attention now, and things are working well or moving along in the way of us having our own voice. Because I think this is the reason I started Pronoun TV and the Stephanie Stevens Show, is because I wanted the LGBT community to have something like Ellen and Oprah, something they could watch on a regular, that's about them, for them, and for us. And in general, Pronoun TV means us all, in a sense. So whatever decision people make, is that who they want it to be, who they want to be. You know,
I have one. I have one thing in life that I keep doing. If you don't like what you see in me, don't come to me. If you don't like what you see, if you don't like the way I act, if you don't like the way I speak, then get lost. I'm not going to change myself and I've been like this since I was born.
Okay. So is this meaning relationship-wise and all this kind of stuff?
Well,
So, you know, it's great that, you know, we had this little conversation today here at the Allen Gardens Park. I'm here with Mr. Daniel Fontaine, and he's just giving me a little bit of an enlightenment on what being a marginalized senior life is all about, where he comes from, Montreal. He's now in Toronto, living out his retirement, and he's part of our community, and we're really appreciative that, you know, he made it clear that, you know, some of the services that are there should be there, and he appreciates the fact that a lot of the services for the walking programs for seniors and the movie programs and those things are good things, but he finds that sometimes he's lonely, and there we have to figure out a way to make sure that seniors have either some companionship, either through a friend or some sort of programs to where they can meet other seniors like yourself, or you can play cards, fish, do
Fish.
checkers, just do the real things that older people like to do. Bingo.
Bingo can be fun, yeah, if you win something.
Yeah, if you win something. But but what do you think? How do you see Toronto in the next 10 years? What do you see?
I have no idea because of this pandemic. I think life has changed forever. I think these goddamn things are going to be around forever. They're not going to disappear overnight, even if when the pandemic passes. I
Do
don't
you
know.
think we'll survive this? Do you think?
Yes, we will, but I'm planning to go away and at the age 70.
Oh, okay.
You know, at
now
70, I think it's a good time to say, well, I've done my part, I'm going.
Now,
In life, I've always knew ahead of time what was going to happen to me. For example, when I was going to school, I did my grade school in 4 years, for example. So apparently that was bizarre, to say the least. And these idiots, orientator, put me in the scientific program. I said, what the hell am I going to do with this?
well, I mean, it's good that.
I always knew I would never use the stuff I've learned in school. And I never did. Therefore, I forgot it.
Now, have you, I was hearing you talk about the end of your life, and not the ending of your life, but just the end of your life when you decide that, if the good Lord takes me, he takes me. If not, I'll just be here having fun until he does. Now,
I probably won't be having fun.
we know that Canada has an assisted suicide kind of a thing and all of this stuff, but you're a man that doesn't think that he's older. You're like living like you're young, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, but it's a good thing.
Like
but
you're
then,
full of life. Like you're full of life.
The thing is, my body is no longer full of life. I am, but my body sometimes doesn't want to follow. At our age, a lot of us are taking meds. I'm taking pain meds. I'm taking anti-seizure meds. I'm taking
Well, as we get older, we do take a lot of medications, but at the end of the day, life is about living. I'm glad that you at least feel young inside, enough to just sort of, you function well, and you function well in a sheltered situation that you put yourself into a comfortable position within that of a bad situation.
Well, my situation isn't that bad, Stephanie. As I said before, I have my private location. It's private, my own key. I come and go at least. Okay, my residence is in a shelter, but I'm not part of the shelter.
Okay.
It's not part of the shelter.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we had this chat.
Okay.
Now, I just want to say thank you.
I thank you too.
I hope we survive this pandemic in a
Yeah, we
sense
will.
of clarity to where people now will learn to start to respect others, help others.
What people have trouble with is not as much as the pandemic, but the change that it's bringing.
The change that has to come.
And
That's been in a long time in the making.
it's coming, and it's changing practically every day. I felt really bad when I saw that gray bus taking maybe 15 passengers away from the center, but I did, and taking them somewhere, I don't know where. And they brought them back 2 weeks later or so, and I felt okay then. But when they took them away, I felt, oh man, I felt like crap. I said, wow, what I did.
Sometimes, we have to have a real sit-down chat with the lawmakers
Yeah.
in a real sense of what the plans are going to be for the country, what the plans are going to be for healthcare, what the plans are going to be for seniors, what the plans are going to be for employment,
Healthcare
and all
healthcare
of
in
this
Toronto
stuff.
and in Canada in general, I think is the best in the world.
Yeah, well, healthcare is good here, but we have so many other things that seem to block our progress when it comes to us. Even though they say we're multicultural, this country is just as divided in so many ways, from Quebecois to the Green Party to the Conservatives to the Liberals to even the different ethnic groups, Black, Asian, white. We're a country of 57 dialects.
There are no particular type of Canadians anymore. You know, you cannot say, well, this guy is Canadian or this guy is American. You cannot do a difference. It doesn't exist anymore. If it ever did existed.
Well, you know, we're great that we live in a country like this that welcomes everybody. And for me, I found Canada is my home, even though there's been a lot of ups and downs and trials and tribulations with everybody. No matter where you are in the world, people have to find their way and find their space and fight for different causes and fight for just the fact of equality and opportunity.
Yes.
And sometimes you can't give up. And Canada is a great place that is very welcoming, but very challenging at the same time. And I hope today that you guys out there in the audience have learned something from Daniel. He's French Quebecois. You want to say something in French?
French Canadian.
Oh, French Canadian. You want to say something to the people out there in Montreal and Quebec City?
Bonjour tout le monde.
There you go. Bonjour, monsieur, madame. I think I got that. Did I get that? Petit peu. That's all I can do. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being on the Stephanie Stevens Show today, Pronoun TV. If you have any interesting stories that you would like to talk about or just enlighten our audience out there or educate them about the concerns that's going on in the LGBT Two-Spirit pronoun community, reach out to me. I want to hear your stories. I want to share them with the world. And this is from my heart. I love my community. I love you guys. And I love the fact of what I do matters. And at the end of the day, Daniel's life matters as a senior, growing older in a marginalized situation. Mine matters as Black Lives Matter. All of our lives matter. And together we can make a difference. But we've got to stand strong and we've got to learn to understand each other and then appreciate each other's differences and embrace them. And this is what's going to make us strong. So I say to my fellow LGBT Two-Spirit pronoun community, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Daniel Fontaine, for being on this show. And until next time, guys, have a great, safe, and blessed week. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.